Is it working now? There we go. So, everything's a little wacky because I have new equipment I'm putting in, and it's my computer's on the floor, all these cords are everywhere, the mic was on a shelf and it fell off again. That's also why there's not as many lights as usual, but hey everybody! Such a waste. Jonathan Reynolds, Lady Duo Maxwell, Kawhi, Ariel, Diana, Pablo, hello everybody. Sorry for the wackiness at the beginning there. Everything was working badly, so it took me a minute to figure out what was going on. Thanks for watching today's video. It's been a long time coming. Hello, Timothy. Welcome. I'll admit to some hesitation to doing Pyramid Head again, because when I did Volteal again, I mean, there's something about the big monsters that people are very protective of, especially Pyramid Head. And even with Volteal, I got comments like, the one that stuck with me was people compare me to Ragnarok sometimes, which actually kind of is a compliment because it means we're both sort of in their minds working on the same content, like probably not the same level, but like, I don't know, even when it was like, Ragnarok's did this and you didn't, it's like, oh, you thought of Ragnarok's when you were watching my video. Only once has someone compared me to Ragnarok's as a compliment, but anyway. So yeah, people can be very, determined to tear down the videos I do about Pyramid Head and the big monsters, for sure. I have very specific thoughts about Pyramid Head, which I'll get into more in depth, especially because we just played Homecoming. That's kind of building up to, you know, that game deals with Pyramid Head quite a bit. And so I wanted to do a redo of the original Pyramid Head video first. It's quite old at that point. I mean, it was like my fourth video, I think, that I did. I did Pyramid Head and Volteal together, which I guess I was trying, I mean, and some people commented on that in the live stream, that the monsters kind of seem to have some connections and might be sort of the same videos. I read the word videos as I was looking at the con. They kind of might have the same source, and so I guess that's why I put them together, but really should not have. Too big. Hello, Bo Vega, Dix Kevin, I don't know how to say that right, Shade Runner, hello everyone. I know, I'm sleeping on Shattered Memories, it's true, it's because I don't own it. I had it on the PSP, and I sold it in college when I was broke. I sold my PSP and all my games, and so I haven't played it since. I loved it in college, but it's been literal years, and I only played it once, so until I can afford to buy it again, unfortunately, Shattered Memories is in the future. And I have enough content I haven't even finished, like, the first 4 games. I figure I'm not going to buy another Silent Hill game that I can't even start to work on yet. But I will, for sure. Hello, David. Welcome. PS2 version is best. That one's so expensive now. It probably is pretty good for the Wii. I don't own a Wii yet, but I'm saving up some money to get some consoles. I had $200 in credit at a video game place because I was trading in some things and kind of streamlining my collection. And I was saving that up for some consoles. I want to get a Sega Saturn. I want to get a Dreamcast. You say, why? There's some specific console titles on those that are really good that we would love to play. I would love to play for you. Pirate, I know, but one, my computer does not emulate well. Anything 3D, it cannot do. Cannot. So that's really, I mean, I'm not against piracy in any, like, honestly, make the games available if you want people to buy them from you, cough, cough. It's just my computer really won't do it. So the best way for me to play these games is definitely to actually have the consoles. Especially this version, these games I would like to play, you can't get, like, on a digital PSN store or anything like that. Enemy Zero, D2, I would love to play both those. You can get the first D game on GOG and Steam, I think, which is how I have that. So I can play that on Steam, though actually it's 3D. I've never tried to run it on stream, so I'll have to look that up, see if it would work. Yeah, I could also update my computer. The problem with updating computers is they get obsolete so fast. And the games outpace them so quickly. And I am cursed. I have computers die on me all the time. In the last 4 years, I've been through like 4 computers with the weirdest, glitchiest shit. So I'm not a huge fan of gaming on the PC. I just don't have any luck with it whatsoever. But I want to get those consoles. GameCube is another one because you can get a Game Boy Advance adapter for the GameCube, and then I can stream my Castlevania games, my Golden Sun, Sword of Mana. I'm really looking forward to the Castlevania games. That'll be great. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but my dog is freaking out in the other room. But long story short, I was going to do all that with my credit I had saved up, and then Haunting Ground. Oh, man, it came the other day. Here we go. The store I was saving my credit up at emailed me because they have a wish list, and you can say, hey, I'm looking for these. And they said, hey, look what we got. Oh my God, I own it. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. And I also got another game that's like, I think it was, I ended up spending $250. About $150 on Haunting Ground because it was missing its manual. It was a little cheaper than normal. The other one is a horror adjacent game. If you've ever heard of Shadow Hearts, this is technically the first game in that series. It's called Kodelka. Yes, Kodelka is a RPG horror game. It's kind of wild. It's a little weird, and it's not entirely. It's not the. It's hard to explain. It's very experimental, and I think it's going to be fun. We're gonna do that in both those games in October. I'm planning to do some big Halloween stuff. I've played Haunting Ground before, haven't played Kodelka, my friend has, so I'm excited about both those. It is definitely a weird game. It is a turn-based horror game, which is like wild to me, but it's both things I love, so who knows. Hey, Joe, when will I do Hotline Miami? I know. I have it now. They have it on Switch. I saw that and I was like, well, clearly I'm going to get it that way, but it's not something I'm going to stream probably until after October because I need to play through it myself first. Why not Switch? My PC does not run it well. And if I put it on Switch, I can stream it. Why not Switch, Joe? Why do you hate my Switch? Yes, Shadow Hearts is also something. Oh, is the Switch port buggy? Man, then I may have to get it on PC instead. Well, I haven't bought it yet, but I am going to be buying it and streaming it. But I want to get October out of the way first. Hello, Mr. Ullman and everybody else. Looming Doom. Is it on X? Oh, if it's on PS3, I'll probably get it that way then. Actually, I have credit on the Xbox store, don't I? Or did I use that on Alan Wake? I might have used that on Alan Wake. Never mind. I haven't played Celeste solely because I saw someone play it and I was like, holy shit, I would never be able to play this game. I'm not good at that style of game, but I may watch someone play it through. I say we switch things up. Welcome 32-Bit Gambit. Aw, I'm glad you like my videos. Ooh, Parasite Eve. Yeah, Parasite Eve is probably the closest we really got to a horror RPG game. Kodelka, I think, tries, but it's more of a gothic game. It's not really like a frightening game in my experience. I haven't played it. I've seen my friend play it. Yeah, can you all still hear her? I'm gonna go see what's up. I figured she'd leave, but apparently my mom is just letting her do whatever. Oh, good Lord. I'm just gonna set this here. Hey, idiot, what are you doing? Yeah, come here, you. Yeah, what are you doing, brat? What are you doing? Come here. Apologize. Apologize. Say I'm sorry. Say I am sorry. I am a puppy, and I want to play with everything. I want to play. All right, let's put you up in my... Oops. she was barking. Hello. Your face, Pippin. Why were you being mean to Doggy? Because I hate it. Aw, damn it. My mic is now free of the stand. Gonna have to reattach it. Grr. Nothing's going my way this week. Now I just have an orb of power in my hands. Oh, man. Have I heard of Deathmark? I have. I will hopefully be playing that one day. There's a long list of games I'd love to play. I'm still catching up on the old shit, you know, and all this new stuff's coming out. I mean, Zelda comes out in like 2 days. And unfortunately, I'm probably not buying it. I think I've decided I'm not buying it. I just have enough money. I need to be responsible rather than just buying games all the time. Yeah, do not play Daymare. I wasn't sure. I've heard mixed things. Is Daymare any good? Oh, you picked it up for $20 at GameStop, huh? I may have to look into it. It got that much cheaper than it was. I think it was like, I don't know, it was brand new recently. But it looked interesting. Hey, Tenshi, thanks for joining. I had a train of thought, and Pizza and the dog distracted me. What was going on? I'll have to check that out, Joe. So yeah, plans for October. We're gonna stream a bunch of horror games. I want to do like movie nights. Right now, I do watch anime shows and things with my members, people that pay in, Patreon supporters, that kind of thing, as a reward for them. Thank you for joining us, Bo Vega. Have a good night. But I also want to do some public ones during October and do some horror movies. Aw, thank you, Costas. Hello and welcome. When will I play Silent Hill Origins? Well, I was going to start it very recently, and then I created a Backloggery, which is a website that helps you track the games you own and play. And I realized, when I started, I had like 18 streams started that I hadn't finished. And I was like, well, shit. Which is why I've been finishing up streams lately. I think we finished Homecoming. That made like 6, I think we finished. So yeah, we're cutting that list down. But next will be, my mic's going in the red. Maybe I keep it right there. Next will be Downpour, because I did start that stream a while ago. I don't know, I may have to redo part of it, because the original video looked very dark when I played it on PS3, I think. I now have the Xbox version, which is supposed to be the better version of the two. So that'll be fun. We will get back to that. But I'm going to stream all the Silent Hill games at one point. One, I haven't done that one. I haven't done Downpour. Well, I've done part of it. We haven't finished it. Yeah, Shattered Memories, Origins. And I'll probably stream some more of the other old ones too at some point. Pyramid Head did appear in Downpour as a joke ending, which was one of my favorites. Just order them in playlists. It would make it a lot easier. If you're talking about my streams, they are in playlists. I have Castlevania streams, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy, and I think I might have created one for Kingdom Hearts. The big series I tend to create a playlist for streams, and then smaller things are in RPG streams or horror streams. So check out my playlist if you want to see all the things I've streamed. That should help you find things. Oh, you're right. I do need to play the sound novel of Silent Hill 1. I have that on my PC and I've been meaning to play it. Should you do a Halloween special? Of course you should. That would be fun. Have I considered playing Alien Isolation? I watched my friend Mars play it. It looks good, and I do love the Alien movies. So I will probably stream that at some point. Again, I think that might be an Xbox PC exclusive, and there's no way in hell my PC will run it. So I will definitely I plan to get an Xbox One day, if only because there's been a couple different horror exclusives. Blair Witch looked decent. I've heard decent things about that. Is it on PS3, PS4? In that case, I'll definitely play it. Will I do a symbolism video on Silent Hills? Yes, I will, for sure. I need to play it again. I'm lucky enough my friend has a copy. Hello, Beth and ST. Yeah, I mean, if it's a horror game, I will stream it at some point. I have a list. Let me see. I think I have it pulled up. Here's my backloggery, which has all the games I own. And the games that are listed as now playing are streams that we have currently ongoing. So those are the ones I'm focusing on trying to beat things I already own and stream things I've already started before I keep going with other content, just because I've really overwhelmed myself with stuff I've started and stuff I haven't finished. And it's because I get very excited and very hyper and interested in whatever I am playing at the time, and then I see something else shiny and I'm like, ooh, let's play this. Somebody asked about Alan Wake, one of my favorite games of all time. I'm so glad that Control is out and doing well and apparently is going to tie into the Alan Wake universe. I'm so happy for them. I tried streaming it a while back. I own it on PC. PC said no, so I'm going to have to get it on Xbox, and I'm broke. I've spent all my money. I try, when it comes to buying games, other than, I do have some money set aside for buying things brand new, but for the most part, I try to kind of bank on credit at my local used stores and save up and then look for the things that I want to get. And Haunting Ground and Kodelka about put me out. So I did get Condemned Criminal Origins, though, which is one of my favorite horror games of all time, and we're going to definitely stream that. I'm so excited. I did not know there were rumors about an Alan Wake remaster, but it would make sense. And if they have the rights again and the music rights, which I think did revert back to them finally. You are fine, Jeff. I didn't notice anything happening, so clearly whatever happened went over my head. Do I play on a CRT or LCD? I'm not smart and technical enough to know what either of those mean. Yeah, I have one Call of Cthulhu game on GOG. Again, I have a lot of games on my PC that I want to try and stream and see if they'll run. 'Cause last time we tried Tattletale, which is like a pretty small but 3D game, computer wouldn't run it. I don't know if y'all remember, we had so much trouble with that, which is unfortunate because I love the concept of that. It's a horror game with a Furby in it. I love it. Will I do a character video of Downpour? Yes. I really need to keep playing the game and replay it. It's been literal years since I finished it. I have a lot of ideas and stuff about it. It's just that the first 4 games, I grew up playing them as a teenager, so I played them so many times, they're kind of baked into me. Whereas Homecoming, Downpour, those were kind of, my college years when I was far busier. Shattered Memories, Origins, which I never played really. I played like the first half. So it's easier for me to do content on the earlier games just because of my own experience. It's not that I don't like Downpour is one of my favorites. I will do videos on all these games eventually. It's part of why I played Homecoming over the weekend, so I can start to work more on content for those. Do I play any tabletop role-playing games? Well, Joe, do I? I do play. Vampire the Masquerade is one that we're playing right now on the channel. We stream that every 2 weeks or so. I think we have 5 episodes up right now in playlist. I also play D&D. I've played Pathfinder. Yeah, I like role-playing games. I really love DMing them, which I've done quite a bit. But I also play as the character as well. And yes, I really would love to run a Dragon Age game, but I want to stream it first. We're going to get there eventually. Have I played Outlast? I have watched streams of Outlast. I will play it for y'all probably eventually, maybe even this month, which means I'd have to freaking... I hate that I have to rebuy games I own on PC because there's no way Outlast will stream on this thing. Gore's not my favorite kind of horror. I honestly just kind of find Outlast funny. Because you literally can just turn the corner and, oh, look, there's a finger in a toilet. That's a foot. That's a foot on the corner. Like, it's just hilarious to me how out of place these things are. I have not played The Last Door. I do not know what that is. Hey, Akatsuki. Welcome. Oh, I have not heard Marvel Heroic Role-Playing Game. I have to look that up. Hey, Radiant Goddess. I do plan on playing all the Dragon Ages. I'm going to start with Origins. I'm super excited. I'm actually going to play it on PC. It's one of the ones I'm going to have to test and make sure it works. I'm hoping it's old enough that it'll work, but I want to mod it. Have I tried Haunting Ground yet? I played it last year. A fan sent me a copy and was kind enough to let me play it, which is what solidified my desire to buy it because I enjoyed it quite a lot. So I've tried it. I haven't played this one yet. Let's see. Any plans for Halloween? Of course, my family goes really hard on Halloween. All month, we're going to be streaming horror games. I'm going to try and do some movie nights where we watch horror movies. I'm going to try and do more symbolism videos if I can. I'm not going to guarantee it because I have been really busy lately. But we will at least have the normal amount of symbolism videos. And Halloween itself, depending on if I'm in town or not, we'll probably do some live streaming. That'll be fun. Hello, Octo Punch and other folks I think I've missed. Would I consider playing The Evil Within? Yes, obviously, for sure, because I actually did stream it last year. It's been so long that at this point, I'm probably going to restart the stream this Halloween, because I feel like I don't remember shit. I'm sure nobody else. I mean, yeah, I'm going to stream it again. I was really enjoying myself, and then I just got distracted. Do I mind silly slasher films? Oh, yeah, Scream, stuff like that. That's fun. I enjoy it. My favorite horror tends to be more cerebral or mystery, like ghost mysteries. I love. There was a movie on Netflix called Haunter, which I don't think is on there anymore, but it was really, really great. Do I like Hindu mythology? Yes, I love basically all kinds of mythology. Alien or Aliens. Which one was the one where she goes, "Get your hands off her, you bitch"? That's my favorite. I love that one. With the robot fight and the big alien queen. That one was fantastic. Have I watched The Witch? I have not. I have watched The Ring. The Ring is pretty great. I have played I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I've streamed most of it, and then we got stuck, and I need to go back and fix that playthrough, and I'm going to be finishing it next month. Hey, Marianor, have I played Dragon Quest? I haven't. It's interesting that I haven't because it is very similar in some ways to Final Fantasy, and I love that series. It's just something that I missed. I grew up playing Final Fantasy because my brothers bought those games, so that's what I was exposed to. I guess they weren't into Dragon Quest. Well, I feel like Dragon Quest probably came along later to the US. We got it later, so that's probably why it just didn't really come to me that way. Kuon, yes, I do hope to get Kuon one day. I don't know that there's maybe a way I could stream, possibly that one. I might try and find a way to emulate it and play it with like a translation or something. I don't know if people have done it with that one. A lot of people do that with various games that never came over here. I'll probably have to try and do that with some of the, I think there's a Fatal Frame game that never came over here. Yeah, I'm looking into all that. As for favorite horror movies, anything Hannibal Lecter, Red Dragon, Hannibal. The Hannibal Rises is actually pretty, like, I really liked the prequel. I did not think I was gonna like it at all, and I ended up, it worked very well. It was good. I mean, you're not gonna beat The Silence of the Lambs, but it was good. I like, what is that movie called? I like ghost, like, horror mystery things. BuzzFeed Unsolved, which is more goofy than anything, but I like that kind of solving a murder mystery sort of thing. Have I played Obscure 2? I have. I regret every moment of it. No hate if you like it. My experience with Obscure is laughter, not horror, because it was really, the translation to English is bad. Horribly, comically bad. Oh, man. The map's on my wall. Let me see if I can actually show you better. Let's see how far I can get this to come. So the bottom left is actually from The Witcher 3. And then the top, or the middle left is The Witcher 2. The top left is Dragon Age, and that actually was a map that came with the book you bought me, Joe. Thank you so much. The small map in the middle is from Golden Sun, which is an old RPG Game Boy Advance game. And the two maps on the right are maps of Middle-earth. The bottom one is the map that the Fellowship used in their journey, and the top is of the homelands of man. I'm a little obsessed with maps, if you can't tell. I really like them. I'm super sad that there's a map of Golden Sun Dark Dawn and I don't own it. I love Golden Sun. I have all three, and I can't wait. One of the first things I want to do when I buy a GameCube with an adapter is stream Golden Sun, the whole series. It's going to be great. How many rings were given to each race in the Lord of the Rings? Bro, I wrote my thesis on this, okay? 9 for the race of men, 7 for the dwarf lords and their halls, 3 for the elves, and another was made. And then another was also made in the video game. Oh, man. I really love Lord of the Rings. I could talk to y'all all day about all that crap. I literally read probably 100 books about that man and his life and his work in the last 2 years of my college degree. Because that's how, I don't know why it was set up that, but you basically spent 2 years working on your senior thesis. I don't know. Anyway. I am incredibly obsessed with that series. I had more maps. We actually have a really professionally made map of the Lord of the Rings in my father's office because I got my nerdery from somewhere. Have I read Berserk? I haven't yet. Well, I've been working on it. Someone actually bought a commission asking me to do some videos on Berserk, so I'm slowly trying to work my way through all that. And the Shadow of Mordor, or actually those two games are unironically some of my favorite Tolkien media of all time. I think they do something really great, which is they aren't always true to the lore, but they're true to the emotion of Tolkien. Especially, what sold me was the ending of Shadow of War. The ending of Shadow of War made me cry. I was so into it. I love it. I love it. They rewrite the lore a little bit, but in ways that kind of like, it works. You can do that. You know, it's plausible. We're going to stream those games one day. I love them so much. Am I a Genji Ito fan? I am. I haven't read a lot of his stuff, but I like what I've seen. Have I played the Battle for Middle-earth? No. I've played The Third Age, which was a Final Fantasy X clone, the Lord of the Rings game. I've played the old, like, movie PS2 games they had. I played, there was an RTS I did play. I think it was War. Maybe it was Battle for Middle... No, it was the one that's on PS3. Guardians of Middle-earth. That was it. They also had a tactical role-playing game, but I don't think I ever got that one. I've played a decent amount of Lord of the Rings video games, but the only one I've really liked is Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Those are fantastic games. War of the North, I played that one as well. It was fun. It was decent. If it had been a little more fun to play, I would have actually super loved it because the world building was fine. What do I think of the Silent Hill films? The first one is actually one of my favorite films ever. It's how I got into Silent Hill. I saw the movie first. I know, that's blasphemy. I think divorced from the game series, it's a solid film. When you compare the two together and you look at the reasoning behind the wild and weird director, it does fall apart some. But on its own, I see the Silent Hill film as kind of an alternate fanfiction AU kind of thing. You know, it's not an adaptation. It is an alternate universe. And it's fun. And growing up, it was one of the few films I knew of that just all the main characters were women, you know? And I had a huge crush on Rose. Listen, I did so much. The second film is a really bad film. It's comically bad, and I enjoyed it. I saw it in theaters, midnight release, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's dumb. It's really bad. And I had so much fun. Like, it's one of those horror movies. Like, you watch horror either to be scared or to laugh. That's how I watch horror. Oh man, yeah. The Sean Bean plot of the first movie is like one of the best scenes in the movie. Was that plot? I really love the scene where they're both in the same area and they pass. Like it really reflected the idea of the other world really well, but everything else was badly written about it. And it's because they shoehorned it in there. The execs at the company literally said, "You can't have a movie with all women. Write Sean Bean into your movie, and then don't kill him for the one time you're not going to kill Sean Bean." And it's this movie. It's wild. So yeah, I find the movies to be solid, enjoyable experiences. The first one's the only actually good one. Yes, I agree. I agree, Ken Smiley. I really don't like the director, to be honest. And I hate that he basically said, "Oh, this is gonna be a woman." And it's dumb. Sean Bean didn't actually die in the sequel. He just vanishes into the fog. For reasons. It's dumb. Yeah, Revelation is a pretty horrible film, but I watch it to laugh. God, it's funny. Oh, man. The same way I feel about the Resident Evil films, which those were also my first experience with Resident Evil. I saw those in theater. And also, Mila Jovovich, young gay kid, really... Listen, those movies, I feel like they were so... maybe not... the best adaptations of their works. In some cases, they were genuinely bad films, but they were so vital to so many young gay children who realized watching these films. I feel Underworld did the same thing. Oh, what was that woman's name? I do not remember, but man, those films awoke some things in some people, but they weren't. Yeah, Silent Hill 1's the only one that I feel like was an actual decent film. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Zool. Feel better. I saw you having some trouble with allergies or something. Please feel better. Recover. Take care of yourself. So yeah, I never got around to... We got distracted and just ran off. This is a Q&A. We can chat about anything. I did have a theme I was going to talk about, but at this point, I'll save the theme for next time because we're 30 minutes in and I don't know that I'll have time. I'll do it next time. Hello, Alcade. But yeah, we can talk about whatever. You guys can ask questions or I will just chat randomly or have a theme, which I was going to talk about LGBT media because someone requested that a while back. And I have a list. I guess I could just go through it unless folks have questions. Let me pull up my list. Which is actually just an Amazon wish list, I'm pretty sure I made through... Where'd it go? My Amazon profile. Where's my wish lists? Don't make me sign in. You know who I am. Have I ever read... I have not read any of those. Those names are not familiar to me. I've read a lot, but in, like, specific circles. I'm not widely read. I read a lot of, like, the same authors. Amazon, sign me in already. Garbage. Well, I can start with games. I have my Steam account over here, and I haven't played a lot of gay games, because there aren't that many of them. I mean, there's more every day, and I just haven't bought them, probably. Dragon Age Origins is one, of course. Quite a few BioWare games fit into that section, so if you're looking for gay video games, definitely check out BioWare games. Sweet Home. I haven't checked that one out yet, but it's on my list. It does remind me of Gone Home, which is definitely a gay video game. Very sad one, but I mean, sad in a hopeful way. You know, it has a lovely message. Here we go. Here's my list of mostly dating sims. I like dating sims. They're fun and goofy and relaxing, and I play them when I don't want to think about anything. Dream Daddy is definitely one of them. And have I played Mass Effect? Hell yes, I have. I love that series. Except for the third one, but that's a long conversation we don't need to talk about right now. We don't need to talk about how BioWare betrayed me, but anyway. Persona 2, Lobsylvith says. I have no experience with Persona, but Lobsylvith is apparently, I think, the queen of Persona, given our interactions. I think that's safe to say, so I would say add Persona 2 to your list. Other games, Dream Daddy, obviously. Airs and Graces. Airs is in Heirs and Graces, which is from a team that makes a lot of dating sims that I think are, in general, mostly gay aimed at LGBT folks. Airs and Graces specifically, I think everyone in the game is a male romance option. It's focused on sort of it's kind of, if you imagined Downton Abbey in like Middle Earth and everybody's a dude. It was really fun. I really enjoyed myself. I haven't finished it entirely, but it's short and sweet and fun, and it has a neat little mechanic to it. So I would definitely check that out. I really like that one. Check out everything from that company. They seem to do pretty decent gay dating sims. How did BioWare betray me? So BioWare, I would blame EA, let's be honest. Mass Effect 3 was a thing. I got Mass Effect for my birthday, and I was born in January, so I was on Christmas break. My friend Corey got it for me. We spent the whole week playing through that game. Obsessed. We loved it. When we were done, we went to GameStop and we bought Mass Effect 2 and we played through all of it obsessively. We loved those games. We were both freaking out and enjoying the heck out of them and just so excited. And it was the same year Mass Effect 3 was planning to come out. It was going to be that Easter, and I had break. So I think I must have been in college. I was. So Easter break came around, and we went and bought Mass Effect 3 at the midnight premiere. So excited. And myself, Mars, and Corey played through that game in a week. We spent our entire Easter break playing that game, and we were enjoying ourselves. We had a lot of fun till you get to a point in the plot. I'm not going to give spoilers, but you get to a point, and we beat the game, and it was like the opposite. It was like all the life drained from us. It was everything that had been building up, all the excitement and the fun and the choices, and it just, they really fucked over their fans. And then everybody got on this whole, fans are so entitled, they always want what they want, and the creative vision, it was garbage. You made a game series about choosing your own choices, your own actions, and then in the last game, you erased all the choices and said, oh, this is exactly what happened. We don't care what you chose. It's easier if we just do this. And they just erased everything. Did you choose Anderson or the other guy? Doesn't matter. This is the one that's there. Did you choose to save the queen or not? Doesn't matter. We're going to write it as if you saved her or whatever. They erased everything you chose. And then they gave you the shittiest, A, B, or C ending of oh, well, here's your choices. This is the end. Yay. But, it was garbage. It was clearly rushed. It was clearly not finished. And that was the last time I ever pre-ordered a BioWare game. It was Mass Effect 3. I didn't even play Andromeda. I do not care. I'm done. I might try the next Dragon Age game, because at least Inquisition was fun and had some solid characters, even if the story was whack. Mass Effect Way got, I don't know why, but apparently the team with Mass Effect just clearly had less to go with, because everything was rushed. Clearly, if you don't have enough time to create an actual route where if this is what your character did in 1 and 2, then this is what happens here. It basically took all these timelines in 3 and funneled them into the same path. So none of your choices in the previous 2 games mattered. None of them. And yeah, the problem was there was a lot to account for in ME3, and there's no way EA was going to give them the time and the resource. You could have made ME3 such a good game, but there's no way EA is a vampire that sucks the life out of video game developers, and BioWare is going to be dead within a few years. I'm honestly surprised the next Dragon Age is still happening, but I think it's going to be their last big thing. I see it being the nail in the coffin. There's just no way. There's no way it's going to be anything fans. There's no way, given everything that's happened in the last couple games, the way EA's treating their companies and the way BioWare is having to be run, everything that's happened with Andromeda and Inquisition and Anthem, there's no way DA4 is gonna be good. It's so sad. Honestly, I wrote an entire essay about all the problems in the last game of Mass Effect. God, I had so many feelings about that. I still do. I try not to think about it. I'm so disappointed. I read fanfic. But yeah, I love the first two, and I honestly love pieces of the third one, and the DLC was actually really decent. It's just that they did not write a good ending to that series at all, which is a tragedy. The Shepherd deserved so much more. God, that was so dumb. And I'm someone that loves like religious tie-ins to fiction, but that was dumb. Yeah, Dragon Age definitely did have that advantage over Mass Effect, where Mass Effect was trying to do a long, connected series, but yeah, it's still... Now my dander's up. I was talking about gay video games. Let's see what else I had over here. Korean Geth conflict. How did I end it? I believe I had Legion save everybody. He dispersed and I managed to save both groups. That story actually hit me pretty hard. See, there was parts of that game that were so good. Like the Korean and the Geth and the Krogan, and then you freaking there was so much. We could have had it all. Any chance of a Max Payne symbolism series? I mean, there's always like, if we keep going at this, I'll play more games, you know? It's just playing games. I've never played a Max Payne. So one day I will have to. What's your opinion on meta representation? So like Dumbledore, where Rowling never said he was gay and then he said she would, yeah. So you can have characters be certain things or certain ways and not be like in your face about, you know, like, because it can be really awkward to kind of how do you naturally, you know, there's ways, like a natural way to show Dumbledore is gay is the dance in the fourth book. Just have him dance with a guy. That would have been a natural way to kind of hint at these things. But it can be difficult to naturally talk about someone having a disability or having a, you know, so I'm all for being more subtle about those things, but you definitely can't just write a character clearly not at all. There's nothing about Dumbledore in the fiction that makes it seem like he's gay at all. It actually, for a long time, people shipped him with McGonagall because literally they interacted more and danced to get, like, all that. Anyway, you can't just smack that label on at the end and say, oh yeah, this is like, you know, she didn't really build up, but that's Rowling's nuts anyway. I think there's a balance to be found between making things really overtly in your face obvious, which can come across as awkward or tokenism, you know, and just trying to get credit for not doing anything. Yeah, I would agree. Dumbledore does kind of read as asexual. Like, he has too much on his plate. He's not down to bone. He's here to kill Voldemort. Yeah, and Rowling is also a TERF, and she's just... Rowling's just wild. Who cares about her? Death of the author. Harry Potter's ours now, which Harry Potter's one of those things that growing up meant a lot to me, but definitely as an adult, there's a lot more issues with it. Nowadays, I find the first 4 books are really solid. I think she started, kind of like Mass Effect, not being, I think, a very practiced writer. Harry Potter was clearly her first big thing, her first writing thing at all. I think she kind of, when she got the limelight, when she got all that attention and that pressure, I think she started losing control and losing track, and a lot of the plot just, and a lot of the development of characters really went sideways in books 5. I mean, and I still like 5, but 6 and 7 especially, it was like, what are you doing? She lost the message, she lost the, yeah. Anyway, a TERF is an asshole who doesn't like trans people, and I don't know if y'all know that about me, but I'm here for my trans fans. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Harry Potter. We can say Harry Potter came from space like Minecraft. There you go. Any hopes on making a Fatal Frame symbolism? Yes, I'm already writing the first one. I did just, well, I haven't finished the first Fatal Frame, have I? No, I dreamed that. We are close to beating the first Fatal Frame, and I need to finish working on it. But I've already started writing the script for the first one. I have some thoughts on it. Yeah, definitely. It'll probably be different. Like, Fatal Frame, it'll probably be more like my Devil May Cry video, where it was about the whole game as a concept. because Fatal Frame has a lot of stuff going on, but not to the detail where I'm not going to be able to make 20 videos out of this thing, you know? It's probably going to be one video per game. Though, who knows? Maybe the later games will be thicker. Joe. You've gone mad with power. Listen. That is a secret code word that we only sometimes talk about and reveal. You can't just throw that out there, Joe. That's going to be so mysterious to people who have not been in the other streams. Yeah, we were talking about gay games. Airs and Graces. Hustle Cat is a really fun one. That's a dating sim where you can date guys and girls. You can be a guy or a girl. I think you can choose your pronouns too. It's so great and it's so cute because the concept is like sort of like everybody's cursed and they turn into cats at certain times. So it's got a lot of kitties. It's a cat cafe and you date the people that work at the cafe. It's just great. It's one of my favorite dating sims. I've totally maxed out that game. It's really, really, really good. Let's see if I have any other gay games. I think those are probably it. I don't own a lot of dating sims right now. I've been getting more into trying to seek out games that let me be gay, but most of my other stuff is, well, I guess Undertale counts, but that's not really the same. I think everybody knows about it. The Sims, yes. Sounds like Fruits Basket. Yeah, Three Houses. Well, I have a video coming out about Three Houses as well, where it's honestly one of the best gay video games I've ever played, and yet it does do gay men so dirty. It does. Let me see if I missed anything. Yes, Life is Strange, which I haven't played yet. I don't own those. People are chanting Bloodborne. Why are we chanting Bloodborne? Is it gay? I don't actually know anything about Bloodborne. I own it, but I've only played like the first bit. Would I consider the game The Sims as LGBT since day one? Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. Haven't you? It's been a long time. I'm pretty sure you could be in The Sims 2. I read a story about how that happened. Like, it was apparently a kind of an oversight that you were allowed to be gay in Sims. That actually happened because of a gay programmer. It's a neat story. You should Google it. I don't remember. Dream Daddy. Yes, it's very good. What do I think of Dorian and DAI? Dorian's one of my favorites. Okay, listen. I always play a guy in Dragon Age Inquisition because, God, Dorian breaks my heart and fixes it, and I love him, and I went through a lot of emotions playing with Dorian. He means a lot to me, and is one of the reasons that I think Dragon Age Inquisition is actually good instead of just because it has some issues, but I just love the characters in that game. It's really good. I don't play Sarah as much just because I think Dorian is more my type when it comes to, like, I love her and I love her character and I'm so glad she exists, but I date Dorian. Is Stardew Valley LGBT Harvest Moon? Basically, I played a lot of Stardew Valley, but I've never actually romanced anyone in that game. I get obsessed with my farm. It is true, Joe. It's true. Even one of my favorite movies, Silence of the Lambs, does that. And unfortunately, you know, it's old stereotypes associated with different people who are different. Same reason why a lot of the time, you know, people of other darker skin, mental disabilities, or, you know, people that are different are the monsters. I agree, Akatsuki. Yes, the big mage yeah, it's so bad. They handle that so bad. Yeah. Yeah, Dead Rising and Outlast both do that. I think it's one of the reasons I think a lot of gay folks tend to be drawn to the bad guys, because they're often coded to be like us, but then it's the circle of, like, you know, they see us as monsters, we end up liking the monsters, and then we take the monsters and we write them as good guys. Actually, like, it's one of the reasons I tend to love to write monster fiction. Almost all my fiction that has romantic leanings is about monsters, vampires, creatures, that kind of thing. Do you think video game characters with romantic options should be bisexual? Okay, listen. I actually have a lot of big feelings about this. I'm gonna jump back real quick before I forget. Have I played Suikoden? I haven't, but I do own the second one digitally. My feeling about this is this. I understand in the real world, there are straight people, gay people, lesbian people, bi people. Video games are a fictional reality, and they are unique to each person that plays them. And each person is going to interpret these characters differently. They're going to have favorites. They're going to, Three Houses is a perfect example. Every person who plays that game is going into it with a different experience and different characters they care about. If the character is romanceable for one version of the main character, why the hell aren't they romanceable for all versions? Because if they love the character as one way, why would they not love the character as another way? And it's not like this fictional character is this identity. This fictional character is a character. And for the person playing the game, they can imagine that character, as I often do. They can imagine them as a lesbian or as bisexual or as asexual. They can imagine them as anything. Why not give them the tools in the game to make that imagination real? Make all characters bi. Dragon Age 2 is one of my favorite games of all time because you can literally romance any of the romance options as either female or male Hawk. So you aren't restricted. And it's really, really great. It feels fantastic. And it's just... It's so hard to predict going into a game like Three Houses, perfect example. If you're a gay man, your only option's Linhardt. What if you don't like Linhardt? What if you think Linhardt's annoying or something? I mean, then you're stuck. And so the best and easiest solution is to just make everybody bisexual. Is it realistic? No, it's a video game. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be realistic. To you, the character can be straight because you're straight and you're dating the character is straight. Fine. For me, they can be gay because I'm going to play as, it's just, that's the easiest solution. And I just feel like, we should go that way, but games are cowards and the developers are cowards. And Dragon Age 2 was the peak of gaming. Anyway, I'm all out of water. Yes, I'm very sad that Claude was not an option. Dragons are not realistic either. Very true. Man. DA2 gets a bad rap because of gameplay mechanics, I honestly feel like. Especially when compared to the first game. They restrict gameplay mechanics and, It does kind of restrict gameplay. There's some repetitiveness. There's some bad side quests, but on the whole, I really like it. Akatsuki, I'm sorry, but you're very wrong. Listen, he's also Ferdinand sexual. Listen. They're my OT3. Listen. Edelgard, Hubert, Ferdinand for life. Well. We've been here for what? Let's give a closing time. Any last questions y'all want to ask? I'm going to make some announcements as I do. I will stream something tonight. Probably give me till like 9 because I need to do some things. Eat some dinner. Halloween's coming. We're going to do a lot of horror themed stuff. It is going to be really fun. I will post more details, but I'm going to be streaming horror games and we're going to watch some movies and it's be a lot of fun. And check out my books. I have another one coming soon, I hope, but all my books right now are available in a link below. You can fill out a form. It's streamlined now, so it's a lot easier. And they are available in hardback, paperback, digital, and audiobook. I'm also doing commissions now. You can commission me to voice things for you. You can commission me to write things. You can commission me to make a video about things. Do you have a game you want me to make a video about? You can commission that. You can commission me to stream something. All the details are in the links below. You can read more about what is being offered. Stream tonight. New video hopefully Friday. This weekend we'll also have some more Resident Evil and some Vampire the Masquerade on Sunday. I don't know what day of the week it is. Sunday at 5 p.m. Have I ever played Until Dawn? I've played a little of it. We're going to stream it this next month. What am I streaming tonight? I'm leaning towards Devil May Cry. We'll see. What do I think of Linhart? I like him. I think he's a fun character. He's not personally a character I enjoy romancing, but he's a fun character. If I could be any game character, who I would be, Yuna, for sure, from Final Fantasy X. Let's see. Could we watch one of the Child Play films? I'll have to look that up. I've never heard. What RE game? The next one, Nemesis, probably, which means I'm starting a new game. Crap. Do I still accept packages? I do. The P.O. box is listed in the description. If you have any problems with it, let me know, but it should accept everything. Gonna take out the dollars band so I can support Muse. I'm not sure what that means, but if you'd like to support me, the links are below. PayPal, Venmo, you can buy my books. What are the other ones? Patreon and YouTube. You can be a member for as little as 99 cents a month. You can also be a member on Patreon. I've updated all the levels and you get new bonus things like free copies of my books, free movie nights we're doing, access to the secret Discord channel, all sorts of stuff. There's also the public Discord channel, which you can join and have a lot of fun with us in. It'll be great. The Chucky movies, that's what Child's Play are. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Favorite Silent Hill monster? Probably Pyramid Head or Walter. I know that's really boring, but I really like those characters. I like the ones that actually like have minds and history that you can explore rather than just, you know. I have not played We Happy Few, though it looks interesting. Do I have any other announcements to make? Said the P.O. box, the commission, all the links down below to my social media and stuff if you want to follow me and hang out. New Silent Hill next week. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will be back at about 2 hours, 9 p.m. EST to stream something, maybe Devil May Cry, maybe Fire Emblem. We'll see what I feel like. And I will be back with this next week. Talk to you later. Bye.